Welcome, friends. Welcome to our Friday sound session. I'm just going to turn this beautiful music down a little bit. One of my teachers and friends, Jayu Tal, just released an incredible new album this morning. And I just have had it on repeat all morning. Anyway, that's what I'm piping in here in the background for these first few moments while I talk to you. So I'm so glad to have you here for these 30 minutes of togetherness time. Based on a lot of the conversations that I've been having with people in our community this week, the longer we're in this thing, in this corona chrysalis, in this interdisciplinary cocoon, the more we're experiencing both sides of the coin, right? The more we're experiencing a gratefulness for waking up to a lot of the non-negotiables that are helping us live in a beauty way, hopefully. And then also, the more we're tuning in and waking up to the fact that we actually have some very legitimate fear programs that are running in our minds, and that's natural. It's incredibly natural. It's perfectly natural. And as a practitioner, I have, and as an artist, as both, I have my entire adult life in my individual interdisciplinary cocoon, attempted to have a container to hold a space for what's called wabi-sabi, which is a term that has emerged from the Japanese design ethos. And certainly some of you have heard me talk about wabi-sabi through the ages of sitting in together. But wabi-sabi is essentially when we celebrate the perfectly imperfect nature of ourselves, of a circumstance, of an object of art, of our garden, you name it. We can seek to have an eye for the beauty that is in the flaw, right? And a lot of the conversations that I've been sharing with people, people have been talking about how they're evaluating the beauty, but they're also we're evaluating our scars, right? The beautiful and the grotesque and all of that bug stuff. We're evaluating the scars, but hopefully we're doing it in an honest way, and in a way that is fruitful. And as I talk about evaluating scars in an honest and sweet way, it reminds me of something that happened earlier this week. In the evening, I was snuggling with my daughter, and we were on the couch, and she turns to me and she says, "Mama, I just counted 11 folds in the skin of your neck." And my first comment, or my first thought was, oh dear, 11 folds in the skin of my neck. But then she went on to say, but I think we could put glitter in the folds of the skin of your neck. And I thought, oh my gosh, it takes, from the mouths of babes, it takes that kind of angle, that kind of lens to seek to beautify what it is that we might see as being a potential problem or something that we try to skirt around. So may we really embrace the way in which we look at things as being very important in how it shapes our world. Think about a magnifying glass and the way that a magnifying glass can concentrate and consolidate a ray of light and burn a hole in something. So your discipline, or your will, that's mobilized and manifested through the interdisciplinary cocoon of your practice, your discipline and your will, or maybe I even dare say your devotion, is the magnifying glass that allows you to take the ray of light that is your awareness and to create a movement. In one of the earlier sessions this week, I was talking about tapas and jappa, and we're going to do jappa this morning. So I was saying that tapas is the heat that is generated through the repetition practice. So we're going to lean in here to some of my original favorite practices, some of the jappa practices that create that kind of deep simmering heat that allows us to feel like, the tectonic plates of our awareness and our attention and our beingness are shifting. So before we dig into the practice, take a moment to arrive, close your eyes, take a few really deep breaths, feel your whole body, tuning into your fundamental nature, free from fixation, gazing upon your own true face from the inside of your inside, gazing upon this original face, remaining in the moment, remaining present, where both world and beyond are arising, innately luminous, and knowing that you are the custodian, you are the custodian of your own liberation technologies. All of these codes and templates and grids are inside of you. Resting in this luminosity, resting in this clarity without clinging. Self-emergent, simple, resting. Gazing upon your own true face, your original face, in a kind of carefree openness. Let this be your point of departure. Let this softness be what it is that is your magnifying glass that's concentrating and consolidating. So we're going to do Jappa practice. I teach Jappa practice in a lot of different ways, but I'm going to use a mala as a way of tracking the numerical sequence of our recitations. Let yourself get warmer every time you say the mantra. And again, mantras are they're sound patterns that organize reality, that organize our perception. So this mantra that we're going to work with this afternoon or this morning these are the names or a sequence of names that are calling in Ganesha. Some of you may be familiar with Ganesha. So Ganesha is the elephant who is the bringer of sweetness. He helps very profoundly to remove the obstacles so that we can, hearkening back to what I was just saying a minute ago, so that we can stop, evaluating our scars, however beautiful or grotesque we may see them to be. We can stop evaluating the scars and dwelling in the disasters and start counting our blessings a little bit more. So we're going to say the sounds Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And we're going to do it 108 times, and I'm going to keep track by passing a single bead for each recitation along the second knuckle of my right ring finger. And this is a beautiful finger that is connected like a circuit to the human heart. If you were in yesterday's resiliency session, I gave a chocolate making tutorial, which is a beautiful superfood that we can consume to help us increase the resonance of our hearts and feel more connected to joy and to have an outlook that prioritizes joy. So let's do this. Be really soft, be really curious, be really playful. The energy of Ganesh is very playful. It's very youthful. It's very much the glitter in the folds of the skin of one's neck. Isn't that great? Maybe next time I call in, I'll have a glittery neck and you'll know what's been going on. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Inhale wholeheartedly. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Inhale wholeheartedly and exhale joyfully. And in no certain hurry to open the eyes. So from the screen behind your closed eyes, take inventory of everything that moved through the medicine of the Jappa practice. You know, I have found through the ages of being a practitioner of Jappa that it doesn't matter how crazy of a corner I might have backed myself into, that the rhythmic, hypnotic, percussive, deep breath orientation and sound technology that Jappa is, that I can get myself out of whatever cramp I may have spiraled myself into. You know, think about like digging a hole in the earth. That can feel like drudgery, right? But digging a hole out of prison might be very inspiring. And I know a lot of us are feeling somewhat trapped right now in this lockdown time that we're navigating. Use the interdisciplinary cocoon of your practice to help you dig out of the prison, out from underneath the prison bars of your own perception. And Jappa is a very, very effective way of doing that. So these beads, this is, again, it's called a mala. You can get these online. You can get them shipped right to your door. And there's all kinds of suppliers the world over. You know, one passage through a mala, like I just demonstrated and like we just did together, is a very effective loop. It's a microcosmic orbit that, again, will pull you out of whatever cramp you may have spiraled yourself into, or whatever cramp some external situation may have spiraled you into. And I know for myself, if I just try to think about it, and we were talking about this earlier this week, if I just try to think my way out of the cramp, I go into analysis paralysis. But the technique is what magnetizes you out of it. Okay, you can burn a hole, the tapas that burns the hole. So this particular mala is a very special mala to me. I got this 13 years ago when I was out in Taos, New Mexico at an ashram, at the Neem Karoli Baba ashram. And the day that I bought this from the ashram, my daughter ate the first solid food of her life off of one of the temple altar murti tables. It was she ate a pear from the Hanuman murti altar, which was very sweet. And so I'm just sharing my own personal story about my own personal mala to tell you that, like, having a mala as part of your meditative practice, as part of your recitation, sound meditation practice, is very special, because every time I hold this thing, even if I just see it hanging in the corner of the room in my bedroom when I'm not using it, it activates a certain mind state. It activates a kind of biochemistry of gratefulness in my awareness and in my attention. And it functions, just holding the beads functions as entering a kind of mindfulness space for me as a practitioner. You know, and if you go to India, this kind of practice is very, very widely spread. You know, you see a lot of people here in the United States wearing them as jewelry, but if you go to India, you'll see people, like, they'll have a bag, they'll have their hand in a bag, and you'll see that the bag is moving, and you know that they're meditating. You know that they're doing their Jappa practice, but they're keeping it in a bag, they're keeping it private. I think that's very, very sweet. And you see a lot of that in the streets of India. So I hope that treated you well. I'd like to move right along into our next practice. So this is going to work with another mantra. It's a little bit longer mantra, so you may just want to breathe. And there is a moving mudra practice that goes with this. So I'm going to demonstrate the whole thing, and then I'd like for you to try and jump in with me, and we can do it together for this last chunk of time that we have in our meditation today. So it's going to look like this. Sat Narayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. 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 So let's try this together. Allow it to be really, really soft, and allow it to create that sort of trance-like mind state. Recognizing that everything in our life and in our journey is a trance of some kind. And when we realize that, we begin to look through that lens, we join a kind of elite swath of practitioners who know that we can move the way that we're relating to a moment around quite a bit, based on what state of mind we're consciously placing ourselves in. This is a really beautiful practice for both the hand, the moving mudra, and the mantra. It's a beautiful practice for letting go of the life preserver and trusting in your own innate luminous ability to surrender to the flow. Okay, so let's try it. Inhale. Sat Narayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. 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 Sat Narayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnarayan Satnam. Satnarayan Vaheguru. Harinarayan 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 Satnam. Take a moment to simply sit inside of this moment in your fundamental nature, free from fixation, sincerely, unabashedly relaxed, impulsed by joy, from the inside of your inside, gazing upon your own true face, remaining present, where both world and beyond arise in luminous clarity, resting. Feel how you are resting in the knowing that you are the custodian of your own liberation technologies. Resting in this luminous beauty without clinging, in self-emergent simplicity, from the inside of your inside, gazing upon your own true face, in carefree openness. So in closing, I want to leave you with a quick, inspiring Rumi scissor bite. I love this little bit of his. He said, "If you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror get polished?" I like that a lot. If you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror get polished? May we use the interdisciplinary cocoon of our practice to become more proficient at finding the beauty in the otherness that is the journey. It's been a joy to presence with you, to feel you all here virtually in this time of togetherness. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you an amazing weekend. I look forward to tuning in with you next week. Don't forget about the Integrative Practices website, integratives.org, where you can get all the replays, okay? Thank you for being here. Namaste, Sat Nam.